Let's see how this goes. It's my first time doing it live to YouTube, so I'm testing this out. I'm sensitive about my. Let's see if it'll take it right to my YouTube channel. Let's see how this goes. There we are. Hello, 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 everyone. It's my first time doing it live to YouTube, so I'm testing this out. I'm sensitive about my. Let's see if it'll take it right to my YouTube channel. Hello, 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 everyone. And let me make sure that I'm doing this correctly. I'm going back to my Zoom. Here we are. Okay, Winnie. I believe we are live on YouTube. Let me double check. I want to make sure that we're recording because I'm figuring this out, so bear with me.
Yep.
Oh, it went to my regular YouTube channel. Hang on one second.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Come on. Now that channel, this channel, one of my channels. Well, if we're not live, I'm going to hit record. So either way, oh, we are live on YouTube. Okay. Hey, YouTube. This is Jay Gaines, motivational speaker, author, and coach, here with one of my VIP students, Wynette Winny Williams. I can't say that 3 times. Wynette Winny Williams, live from Jersey, New Jersey. Winnie, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's not snowing. It's not too cold. I'm good.
Everything is copacetic out there, huh? Okay, so we're going to jump right into our interview because we had a few technical difficulties starting out up front. However, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I am a mother of 2. I am by trade a hairstylist slash instructor, now turned investor.
Okay. So you're still working a full-time job as a cosmetology instructor though, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, and you're doing real estate on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to November, right after Thanksgiving, prior to that, bring us up to speed. You were in the real estate world. Talk to us about your role in the real estate world and then what happened. Let's stop it at November.
Okay, so I love real estate. I love home improvement shows, HGTV, the whole 9. And so I decided while I was pregnant with my second child back in 2016 to go and get my real estate license in New Jersey. And I took that god awful test, but I did pass. And I did about 7 deals between the time that I received my license and the time that I started teaching full time.
Oh, okay.
And so the deals were, I had 2 that were actually my listings, and then the other 5 were me on the buying end. So I really loved the whole process of learning what you need to do from start to finish. And I didn't even know anything about wholesaling. I didn't know anything about creative financing or the real estate investing world. I was really just a real estate agent.
And what piqued your interest and made you get interested in wholesaling?
Well, just like everybody else goes on YouTube.
YouTube University.
And we start going in and we feel like, oh, there's a new world out here. Oh, I didn't know that this existed.
I didn't even know it existed, right?
Yeah.
But did something happen to trigger you, to make you start, like, hey, let me investigate this wholesaling.
Well,
What happened?
I started working with with home sellers, and some of them, the houses could not be market ready, but they still wanted to sell, or they needed to sell. And then some of them were actually, under on their mortgage, like, the house wasn't worth as much as they owed on the property. So I didn't get the concept of, or I didn't know that there was other options. And then the people who were hired me that did know, they weren't trying to tell me in the, at the real estate office. And so I kind of, like, a lot of these deals that I could have taken, but I couldn't take them on because I wasn't experience or skill, or no one held my hand in the process of me figuring how to work with these sellers.
Mm. So something triggered you
Mm-hmm.
to want to research how could you close those deals? Was that basically it?
Yes, and then I had the opportunity to teach, so I really didn't investigate like I wanted to, because I didn't have time. I had to start doing lesson plans. I'm teaching high school students, and I have children.
Okay.
So it just became a little, at that time, I wasn't able to mentally get myself together.
Okay. So talk to us about your first experience with YouTube University. What were you looking for when you went on YouTube?
So I'm almost trying to figure out, like, once I realized those type of deals could happen that I wasn't privy to, that's when I started looking. And I came across a lot of different videos, people telling you have to always get the house first before. So they explained it like, okay, you're working with the seller, so that's A, you're B, and then you're in turn have equitable interest in the property, and now you're going to look for an end buyer. I didn't realize once I started getting into it that a lot of the middleman, that B, try to act like they're a C, and then you realize
Right.
they're not C, and then
Yeah.
you're like spinning your wheels, or they add extra.
They're not even A. they're daisy chaining. They're not even A.
Yeah, so you realize all of that, but I really started realizing that you have to have a process, and there's steps to it. You're not going to. I heard, and I still hear that you should just do your first deal and just throw the spaghetti on the wall and see what it sticks. You got to take action. Now I understand you do have to take action, because you keep on, what's it called, analysis paralysis. You keep on reading, you don't take action, you get really stiff and stagnant with all this information piled up. So I understand that, but it has to be the right action. So that's what I've always been searching for. What are these really key specific steps to move forward to close the deal?
And so at that point, what did you do? You began looking for a mentor or coach?
Yes, I did. And everybody's not for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. We can even get into relationships and you realize, oh, this isn't going to work,
Right.
So some people say they're going to help hand hold your hand, but that could be totally different in their eyes and to what you're thinking in your eyes. So I had to really get open enough to say, okay, well, we need to have this be a cohesive relationship.
Yeah.
Just because you say you're going to mentor me doesn't mean that it's going to be good mentoring. Or just because I'm saying I'm a teacher, a student, doesn't mean that I'm going to be listening or coachable. So all those things had to come into play in order for things to move forward to where I'm at now.
Exactly. So what made you reach out and find me, or how did you find me?
I believe I found you online on Facebook. I think I saw an ad, and so I just started looking you up. Guess where? On YouTube.
YouTube University.
I started looking you up, and I'm like, wow, she's really doing it. I know your background story. She's a mom of 4, and she still maintained and built an empire for herself. And I would love to really meet you and even just talk to her. I wasn't really thinking necessarily initially, oh, I want her to be my mentor. I just wanted to see what it was about, because everyone says they're a mentor. That doesn't mean they're going to work for me. So we definitely had to see if that fit was a good
fit. Exactly. So then end of November, after Thanksgiving, you reached out to me, and we had almost a 2-hour consultation, right?
Yep.
Because normally my consultations are an hour.
And we were talking for another hour.
Yeah. And you decided to hire me as your mentor and coach. And so December 1st, let's jump forward to December 1st, you hired me officially as your mentor and coach. And what happened after that? Let's just tell the audience what happened.
So within, I think, I want to say for maybe the 4th, 5th day of me hiring and me going through the process of what I should be doing next, and me actually following the steps and not questioning her to understand, but not questioning her like, are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. I just didn't have that type of mindset. I actually got my first deal, my first contract. It turns out that he now has water in his basement. That's another story. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Stressed out about that as well. And so she helped me out. We worked through that. And then I really found another deal where he, at the end of the day, he got clink. So it's like things start happening. But if I didn't have a mentor to work me through, or how I'm supposed to talk about, what's the next steps, or how we deal with these type of sensitive topics or sensitive situations, I could easily have let these deals fall through. And so then I actually, through my marketing efforts, through working with Miss J, I actually found my third seller, which she had 2 deals. So now I have a total of 4 deals under contract within less than a month of signing up.
Yes, I don't have a bell to ring, but hey, 4 contracts within, let's just say 20 days, because you didn't even go to the end of December.
No.
By the 3rd week in December before Christmas, because I gave you a goal. I said, look, I want 5 contracts by the end of December. And when we hit 4, you said, oh my God, Ms. Gaines, we have 4 deals.
Yeah.
like you were surprised.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, can you give me one more?
I'm working on that one more. And I'm in New Jersey, and my deals are all the way down in Birmingham.
Exactly. So virtual wholesaling, would you have thought, let's just say this is January, would you have thought 4 months ago that you would be at this point?
No, I was struggling to try to get that one and just figuring out if I'm doing the right steps. And it's like mind boggling trying to do it on your own, especially.
But as soon as you submitted and said, I'll do everything that my mentor and coach tells me to do, I'll do it in the order she tells me to do it. And if I run into a snag, I'll pick up the phone and call her, or I'll text her, or I'll email her. As soon as you submitted to the process, right, immediately deals came. Would you say that's the way it happened?
That's exactly how it happened. And it wasn't that I was just keeping everything in. Like you said, once I did have a question, I said, you know what, I'm not going to guess at this. I'm not going to throw that new spaghetti noodle on the wall. I'm going to go ask my mentor. That's exactly why I wanted to be coached properly.
Exactly. So 4 properties under contract, you're dealing with idiosyncrasies with the sellers and everything. What was some of the other steps that you went through as far as, vetting your title companies, vetting your bird dogs? Talk about that a little bit.
So I basically didn't think, and no one told me beforehand, or it wasn't really reiterated, but making sure you have 3 of everything always seems to be the magic number. Having 3 title companies, having even 3 bird dogs to work with you, and also having backups to the backups, because things happen and life throws a curveball.
Yeah.
And then asking proper questions, asking the right questions. It's not like, okay, I'm a title company, I'm just going to send you my contract. What contracts do you take? What is the process in taking the EMD? And do you take cash? No, they don't take cash. So what do you take? How long does it take for you to process? Can you start this contract without having both contracts in place? Can you start it off with just having a contract with the seller? And so those are the different questions that I found that I should ask. Also, when we're even working with buyers or cash buyers, what type of buyer are they? What areas do they work in? What do they like to purchase? And how long do they take them to close? So that also puts everything together. So now when we have our sellers, and we already have all of these people in place to know exactly where to tailor everything. So these are things that I didn't, and the process is just so much more seamless now that I have it all lined up.
Yeah, you can see the flow to it now. So moving into your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, or 20th deal, you'll see that there's a flow to it. And the flow, once you get the flow, once you know the flow mentally, you can just do more and more deals. Is that correct?
That is true. That is true.
Okay.
So now I'm not all in my head, because I already know it works. So just follow the step. It's like rinse and repeat.
Exactly. So you're a single mom. What would your advice be to single moms that are watching this broadcast that might say, well, you know what? I've always wanted to do that real estate investing, but I'm scared. What would be your advice to them?
I would say that, just like you said, single moms, we had to make things work. We are very nurturing. You're going about your day. We all have to work, but at the end of the day, you still have to work with your children. So that's the same type of energy that I have when you're going to work with sellers, because they're in touchy situations. So at the end of the day, you are here to kind of bridge that gap between their problem and the solution, because they're inside this mess and you're on the outside looking in as a solution. So at the end of the day, hold on one second.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, she had to pause her video for a moment. So we're here again live with one of my VIP students, Wynette. You can reach out to her on Facebook under Wynette, Wynette Williams. And I will let her give you her Instagram information. Again, in 30 days, actually in less than 30 days, by day 20, she had 4 contracts. Just signed up with me December 1st to mentor and coach her through this business. And she already has 4 contracts and she's working on a 5th. Hopefully in the next 3 days, we'll have that 5th one under contract. Are you back, Winnie?
I am back. See?
No problem. Yeah, single mom. I just let everybody know. Can you give us your Instagram? I gave them your Facebook.
Yes, my Instagram is I Will Win. My name is spelled W-Y-N, so I Will, then Win is W-Y-N.
W-Y-N. Okay. And go on. You were talking about being a single mom and why they should get in this business.
Well, because we're just like I said, we're nurturers at the end of the day and problem solvers, and people can try to give us titles as to what we do in this business as in real estate investing. But at the end of the day, just like you said, Ms. J, that we are problem solvers. So we have to take that same nurturing aspects that we have when we're as a mom, as a parent, and making sure we make sure everybody is good, or make sure we're getting everything that we need. That's the same way you have to approach these sellers, because their situations can be very touchy. Their situations are very, very intense. And so we have to mirror how they are instead of just trying to pounce in on them and just give a generic script, because there should not be a generic script for everybody. Everybody's situation is different.
Yeah, and I had somebody ask me the other day, it said, your coaching program doesn't include a script. No, because every situation is different. Every situation is different. Every seller that you've been on the phone with has had a different calamity. I'll call it calamities because that's what they basically are. You know, basement flooding, roof with a hole in it, you know, gotta leave town fast. Look, kitchen caught on fire. So these people really have serious problems going on. And you have to be empathetic, sympathetic, but still focus on the business of, you know, helping them out of their situation, moving you financially to where you want to be, and then offloading the property to an end buyer who can benefit from it. Because we sell to the people, guys, on HGTV. If you see the people rehabbing and fixing up houses and decorating and all that, that's who we sell our properties to. We sell them to rehabbers and flippers. So Winnie, do you have anything else you'd like to share with our single moms out here as far as getting into the business?
I would say definitely do not think that you can do it alone, because you've been on YouTube all day, or you've been on YouTube for a year.
You say all day.
I tried it, and I'm sure most of us, if they've been on this wholesale gang, been trying it just based off of YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube, and that is very true.
Absolutely.
But is it the right steps? Are you?
I think that people don't know the order that things need to be done in. And that's where a mentor and a coach and hand-holding comes in. We tell you, A, do this, B, do this, C. Now, what about the people who come into this business, hire a mentor and coach, but then they jump, instead of doing A through G, they jump to H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
You go ahead and do that when you make a house. What if a builder did it? You're going to walk through that floor and you're going to be sitting in the basement talking about what happened. You have to follow the steps. And that's what happens. Deals fall through all the time.
An order. There's an order to this madness. Absolutely. Absolutely. So is there anything else that you want to share with the audience about your experience with me just in the last 30 days as your mentor and coach?
So, I mean, anytime I text her, call her, messenger, email, the communication is very open and very prompt. And obviously we all have lives and everything like that. And I'm not like bombarding her, but
yes, you are.
Try not to. The whole purpose of actually wants to really help, that actually really knows the process and it has so much credibility, is that me as the trainee is reaching out. She doesn't have to reach out to me. And you shouldn't think that your mentor should be, did you make your calls today? What are you doing right now? What are you doing? That should not have to happen. You should have if she tells you what you should do, you have that foundation. You have to be the one to work it yourself. And then I am the one that always goes, listen, what happened now? Let me give you this update. What should I do in this situation? All right, I'm gonna tell you what happened today, and just kind of keep that open communication flowing.
And I'm certainly glad that you expressed that, because a lot of people come into the business, and speaking on behalf of myself and other mentors, coaches, and gurus, people come into this business and they pay a mentor, coach, or guru, and they sit back and expect us to A, magically do a deal for them, B, be on the phone constantly calling, texting, emailing them saying, hey, did you do your homework? Did you make 20 calls today? Did you put out 50 bandit signs? They expect us to babysit them. And if you think back to when you were in school, in track or field or football or anything like that, and you had a coach, the coach didn't badger you to come to practice. As a matter of fact, when you didn't show up for practice, you got benched. So a coach, people have to understand, think in terms of your football coach or your high school coach or your track coach. Those people are there to push you out of your comfort zone and make you be successful. Their job is not to run you down and babysit you. We're not babysitters, we're coaches. Our job is to push you to be the best that you can be. But you have to take our tools, use them in the order that we give them to you in, and be receptive and reach out. You got to reach out. I don't know what you're doing if I don't hear from you for a week or two, but you took initiative and you were on the phone with me almost every day. And every time you had a problem with a seller or a question with a seller, you were on the phone. Hey, Miss Gaines, I don't understand this. Can you explain this to me? Can you walk me through this? And I respect you for doing that. I really do. Because a lot of students don't do that. They sign up with mentors and then they turn around and say, well, I didn't get what I paid for. Did you contribute on your part and do what you were supposed to do? So I just want to just put that out there on behalf of the other mentors and coaches that get beat down. Absolutely. So is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience before we go into wrapping up our interview here?
I feel like with your program and with the way you teach, it is nurturing, just like I said, with how we are. You just have to be open to the process and open to the fact that you know that you can do this too. And that whatever you've been taught, you can't, I feel like when you're working with one mentor and you're starting out, you shouldn't try to still get information from everywhere else. You still should really focus and hone that stuff and give yourself 3 months, 6 months to really hone it in and do the work. And then if you need to branch off, build up, if you've been to another level, then you can move on. But I feel like if people are signing up to mentors, they shouldn't sign up to 5, 6, 7 mentors and they're all getting information from everyone.
Another good point, because believe it or not, people do that. They will sign up. I've had people 3 or 4 months into our mentor and mentee relationship, they'll say, oh, by the way, I'm being mentored by XYZ. And I'm like, why did you sign up with me? And why didn't you tell me that in the initial consultation? Because now this person's telling you to do it this way. I'm telling you to do it this way. You're confused, so you don't know what to do. When you talk to me, you're arguing with me in terms of what I'm asking you to do. And when you talk with them, you're probably arguing with them. So yes, it takes 9 months to birth a baby. I tell people at least give your mentor 9 months. If you haven't achieved anything in 9 months, then okay, you're justified in moving on to another mentor. Maybe you guys weren't a good fit, but at least go in there and give it 9 months, the birth of a baby. The birth of your business. Give it 9 months and see what you can accomplish or achieve, but put your 100% into it. Don't go sticking your toe in the water. Right. If they tell you to jump in the deep water, put them little floaters on and jump. Put that nose thing on and that tube and jump. Okay. All right. So Winnie, I am extremely proud of you. You've accomplished so much in the last 30 or 31 days. We look forward to hearing more from you. I'll be bringing you back on for more interviews as you're closing these deals and getting more deals under contract. But we're going to do our lightning round now.
Okay.
The lightning round we do with all our guests when we interview them. And this is where I ask you a series of words and you say the first thing that comes to your mind, or I will give you a sentence and you tell me, you elaborate on the sentence. Okay. So your favorite color?
Turquoise.
Favorite vehicle?
Mercedes G-Wagon.
Favorite ice cream?
Cookies and cream.
Favorite actor?
Denzel Washington.
Favorite actress?
Lynn Whitfield.
Favorite city?
Ooh, I'm gonna say New York because I love New York. Even though
Okay. Favorite season of the year?
summer.
If you could live anywhere you wanted to in the world tomorrow, where would it be?
Oh man. I'm gonna say like Hawaii or like Fiji Islands.
Okay. Someone just gifted you $1 million. What are the first three things that you would do?
I would definitely, I feel like orphanage, sometimes they don't have enough funding or they don't have the people, the right people to watch over children that don't have their parents. So I would definitely want to give money to them so they can have better programs, better, housing, better clothing, better experience with as far as schools. I would give money to that. Now that I'm a mother, I feel like it's just something that's like kind of endearing to me. I would also want to help out like shelters, like maybe women programs for single moms that actually don't have another outlet to release to, especially if they're with their children all day and then they're just working with children. So it's something that mothers can do to kind of release, like a program for them. And then I would like to just invest in like apartment complexes and build wealth that way. So.
Absolutely. Well, great answers. And this has been an extraordinary interview. And guys, if you have any comments, make sure to post them below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notified when we post up new videos on the Wholesale Divas channel. And post in the comments and say, yay, Winnie, go girl. Wow. Congratulations. Post in the comments and let us know how you feel about Winnie, because she is phenomenal in what she's done. This Joyzy girl, Joyzy
from Jersey,
Joyzy girl is out here crushing it in the wholesale game. So, and if you need to reach out to her, you can reach out to her on Facebook on Wynette Winny Williams, or you can reach out to her on Instagram. So guys, this has been phenomenal. Thank you, Winnie, for taking time out of your schedule. I know you got two young children and you have to get back to them, but this has been phenomenal. Everybody, no matter where you are in the world, remember, if there's no vision, the people will perish. Make sure to decide what you want to do with your life, and don't just do it. Don't just do it. Get a mentor or a coach to hold your hand and lead you through so you don't step in the same mud piles that we did. This has been Jay Gaines, motivational speaker, author, and coach, and Wynette Williams, VIP student. Thank you, Winnie.